The first reading from the first book of Kings in the Gospel of Mark that we just heard tell us that life is a gift from God and must become a channel of blessing for others. At the peak of his power, Solomon asked for wisdom, not wealth or long life. His prayer became the foundation of his life and leadership. He said to God, "So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." He asked for practical wisdom, or the ability to govern with integrity and justice. Solomon understood that his capacity to distinguish right from wrong, rather than having authority, is what truly constitutes sovereignty. That is what wise leadership is all about. God was pleased with this prayer because it came from a pure, selfless, and service-oriented motive. Solomon put a high value on the capacity to hear, consider, and make wise decisions for the good of his people. This kind of insight allows one to understand the world as God does, to discern between what is essential and what is unimportant, between what is eternal and what is transient, and between good and evil. Solomon received even more than he had asked for: unmatched wisdom, and asked for wealth and honor because he had asked for the right thing, wisdom to serve. Thus, to those who have wisdom, everything will be given. This is not a promise of automatic prosperity, but a principle that through wisdom brings all other good things into proper perspective and stewardship. Wisdom helps us to manage wealth, power, and long life for a greater purpose, not selfish enjoyment. Without wisdom, every other blessing can become a destructive thing. The lessons, my dear sisters and brothers, are profound. First, wise prayer prioritizes character and righteous living over material gain. Second, the most important gift to achieving our goals in society, the workplace, and our families is the ability to discern. Third, God balances our lives when we put the capacity to serve and discern right from wrong first. Like Solomon, we should pray for wisdom in navigating life's journey and making decisions above all else. By doing so, we transform from being the objects of blessings to being the channels of blessings for others, as Jesus and his apostles demonstrated. And you know, my dear sisters and brothers, where Jesus' life and ministry culminate, they culminate it on the cross, whose sacrifice we celebrate on the altar. So let us approach the altar of God, the altar of Jesus Christ, on which Jesus sacrifices himself to save us from our sins and death, that by joining our lives by uniting our lives and all our sacrifices, our life will be made perfect by God.